Alright, so we've got a bounty now with the UC because we accidentally lifted a UC guard in a non-lethal fashion. Apparently there's a quest that you get when you go to prison. So we could go do that.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I don't... What else? What is our actual...
No, I don't have... You have to ask Chris, I don't know.
What are we doing?
I was hoping we'd eventually get to
Talking
Neon
about
just
here.
because that's... I like the Neon quest because I like Walter, but also, yeah.
Let's do shitty stuff one more week.
Oh yeah, we also have the quest to go save...
Oh, I think we have
What's
to do
his
that before we
face?
can go to Neon. Shit, yeah, we have to do that.
Yeah, alright.
We have to go save him.
Alright, here we go.
You're entering United Colony
Oh my
space.
god.
Maintain course
I love
and
it.
prepare to be scanned.
Hey,
love the curtain.
hey guys, if you notice there's something wrong with your planet...
Advised, you have been identified as a known criminal. Respond immediately, or we will.
Are you going to accept the call, or are you just going to leave him on red?
Shit. I held it there.
Man, this is a dramatic moment.
Immediately. All ships, we have a hostile.
God damn it!
Oh!
This game fucking sucks. I hate this. Can we just fast travel somewhere else?
Doesn't look
No,
like
because
it.
you're in combat. It's like
Cannot
traditional
fast travel
Oblivion.
during- Oh my fucking god.
You can't fast travel during combat. There are now enemies nearby.
Alright, fuck this.
You don't want to. That's
I'm
the
not even
lesson here
dealing
is
with
don't
this
take a
fucking
lap. Oh, I'm glad
bullshit.
it's still broken. No, I'm glad it's
Prepare to be scanned.
still not working.
What developer picked that font? Like, I know no player is ever supposed to see it, but that just seems like such a quirky font for an error text.
You know what? I respect whoever picked that font.
Are we
Can
talking
you
about the
imagine though if
texture,
you were the
or-
person who did pick out that goofy ass graphic, not feeling like a little bit sheepish about how many people were seeing it all of a sudden?
Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force.
Are we just gonna fast travel there?
Stand down.
I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC bit. Other
Okay.
than that, I'm not at liberty to.
That's a very weird, like...
No, yeah, you're just getting,
You're getting
like
special arrested? Like...
it's okay. You're getting just Bethesda railroaded into a Bethesda quest. The less you kick up dust,
Why do we go
the
to
easiest
fucking
this will be.
Phobos?
The commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I can't
I
move
still
or
don't
look around, by
understand
the
why
way.
he trusts the
No,
criminal.
you'll. It's a cutscene basically, and then we're gonna get a guy come in.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
For the record, we are a criminal because our space magic accidentally lifted a guy off the floor that wasn't even in the same room.
I mean,
feel
we
like
did
the
also
commander's
just kill
gonna
the
be
Galbank
introducing us to the Thieves
Hulker.
Guild.
Yeah, but I didn't see a bounty notice for that. They just came after us and we shot them.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to
Now,
discuss.
now we've zoomed in on this face.
Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills.
Please tell me that was sarcastic.
Which, let's see
Can't
what
tell
we're
from the
working with
performance.
here.
I'm not sure the actor knew if it was supposed to be sarcastic or
Seems
not.
like a bit of a reckless past. Always fancied yourself as a wild one.
Yep, I think I was right. I think this is the Thieves Guild.
I also see.
Yeah,
that
the
you
Crimson
mind on
Fleet
the terror.
probably.
And now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list.
We can't tell you what it is because it was
My
stupid.
crossing is.
That no, hang on.
When I'm ready.
I think we need to adopt a very strict policy of whenever there's a joke that fucking stupid, we need to say it.
My name is Commander Kipwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do?
I think UC System Defense is what that means. United Colony System Defense.
Actually, that's something new we're trying.
Can you explain to me what the FBI means?
Horizons.
CIA, what does that mean? Wait.
Why
It's
is
a
your fruit
weird
salad all
series
black
of
and white?
letters.
That sounds really inconvenient.
With a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you...
I am looking at those bars.
Why are you
those
calling us a
ribbons.
convict? We are not a convict unless we've been convicted of a crime which requires a court usually. I mean, maybe justice is just bullshit in the UC and they've gone like full on like, hey, we didn't even need to put you in front of a judge. They just said you're guilty and you're convicted. But otherwise, we're not a convict. We have not been convicted of a crime.
In my experience, Bethesda just kind of writes video games.
What's the Crimson Fleet?
Are we really playing this game? Like the ones you tangled with on Vectera? Please stop
Oh,
pretending
I
you
hate
have no
that
idea what
sometimes
I'm
in video
talking
games where like you're generally encouraged to walk through all the questions, right? But if you do that, you kind of feel like your character's an idiot, right? And then sometimes they write it in such a way that everybody's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course you know what the Crimson Fleet is, you idiot.
And the result is that I play Slay the Princess and get on Josh's nerves.
On the books, they maintain combat-ready spaceborne forces to deter aggression and ensure the safety of the United Colonies. What all that fancy claptrap means is that they're the ones who fight in the wars to keep our territories secure. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely
Okay,
scratched
so we're
the
actually
surface.
being recruited
If we can get
for an
someone
undercover
Yeah,
job.
so I guess we're
we have
gonna
a shot at finding
yeah.
a loose thread we can
That's neat.
pull to bring it all down. It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm simply doing what's best for the security of the
If I
United
remember right, you
Colonies.
can reject this and like just
I'm going to make this
spend your time in
simple.
jail. And he's like, well, the offer's always open because they can't close out the quest line.
Just get arrested again and we'll talk.
And I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. I'm not
No
going
percent
to
chance he says
do
anything cool to
anything.
that.
I'm simply
No.
giving you a chance to redeem yourself. So,
Again,
what do you say? You
the
going to work?
crime that
Or
we
should I find
committed
something else?
is accidentally, harmlessly lifting someone in the air.
Listen, if we accept that this is not a video game glitch, but a Kafka-esque perversion of justice, I think we can proceed.
One of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship.
I could probably go the rest of my life never hearing another Bethesda NPC snidely warn me not to try anything.
Yeah.
Because what they always mean by that is, don't try anything.
All right, let's go.
Despite the fact that you're usually way stronger than whatever it is you're told not to try anything against. It's just that he's like, I advise you. He may as well say, I advise you not to attack the guard. He's plot immune.
Infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
His
We
killable
are
flag
armed.
is set to no.
We are actually armed right now.
The stories that go around.
Alright, do you want to save and give it a try?
How the fleet deals
Yeah, what the hell? What happens?
I'm
if we
willing to bet
murder everyone?
he's just immortal.
the whole of it.
No? Sysdef is now your enemy.
Oh? Shit.
Oh, alright.
Can we leave?
Let's
We
see
can't
how
leave.
far we
is
can
the
push
problem.
this, I guess.
Ow.
We seem to be
This is
pretty
open
in
with a
control of this
computer.
situation, I have to say.
Oh, hey, let's see what Foos does. Hey, what's
Prepare
up?
to be underwhelmed.
Yeah, that's it. What the fuck was that? What are you doing? Do I have things?
You dumped them all trying to get the ship med back.
No, I'm good. I'm dead.
I wish they were on the
I
floor
really-
of the spaceship.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
That seemed
Med pack
abrupt.
didn't heal us fast enough.
Hey, look, it's the fish
Ow.
on Neon.
I mean, fair enough. He was right. It was a bad idea to attack that guy.
Of a ship, and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long
Actually, I
time.
mean, I do have a magical power that enables me to do that. Really long time here being like 15 seconds, but...
I mean, you could keep casting it again and again.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to know that rip shanking is an option.
All right, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
The most nondescript lift ever.
Look, we didn't want to have to put an NPC under the lift walking upwards so it would go up, so...
Howdy.
So is this a space station or a ship?
I believe it's a ship, but I don't know because I just went to jail.
there
I
you are.
did not want to be involved in this.
Now that we've established your
looking.
level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC.
Hey dude, what's up?
SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson.
Hey,
Alright,
if,
cool.
if I'm ever giving you the quest giver speech, and there's somebody behind me just like looking at you like that, feel free to indicate this to me in some way, because I would like to stop my speech and figure out what's going on.
In deep orbit around Phobos.
Oh!
Up.
Why?
Come on.
He had to leave. He had to go.
Which is
It's like he
precisely
despawned
why
out of
we're taking a
embarrassment.
more clandestine approach.
The actor
We
couldn't
need
handle
eyes and ears
missing his
inside
cues and
the
just
Someone who can feed us
de-existed.
information,
This has been a
evidence,
shockingly
explore their
buggy
weaknesses.
week for this game, I will say
The
that.
catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
Okay, we need to get inside with finesse.
Should we try to persuade him, or should
Wait,
we do
before
I
we
assume
click
you chose
anything
me
here,
because I'm expendable.
How would you infiltrate pirates? How would you infiltrate space pirates?
I mean, I wouldn't, but...
Go do a bunch of piracy and then score a big loot and then get into the
like,
gang?
it depends on how, like, you know, like, if we were talking Aegis Sail and you wanted to, like, get involved
No, we're
with
talking Space
pirates,
Pirate.
I would get press ganged into a crew and then run away from that crew, or supposedly run away from that crew at a port and find some contacts to
finish
help
your
me
thought,
out, you know,
so
like
that we
that
can
kind of
move
thing.
on to other
I don't
business.
know about space pirates.
I think the best thing to do might be to sail into space pirate territory with like a bunch of corpses and a cargo full of rifles.
Hey, I need to offload all this good cargo, this loot. You guys
Yeah.
want anything?
You guys could have these weapons if I can join your outfit. I killed the people running this ship, because they kept fucking with
Yeah,
me.
do a space piracy. You know, steal the
Yeah,
ship.
staged, of course.
Yeah, of course, staged, absolutely. Definitely wouldn't want to do that really in real life. Anyway,
I'm just
do we wanna
saying,
try the
actually, we're pretty
persuasion?
well set up for this with our spaceship as is.
Yeah,
We fit in pretty well.
We did kill that gal bank thing. So, do we want to try to persuade him that we're good at persuasion? Something that's objectively not true.
If your plan is to pretend to attack a bank spaceship, we're way ahead of
Our
you.
intelligence has managed
Oh, okay,
to
that
find
didn't
a
even-
possible opening into the Crimson.
That wasn't even. We didn't even get the
One of
minigame.
their contacts.
No, of course, we have to do a quest for an NPC.
So you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal.
You have to be drunk
Once
off
you've
your
got
ass. Do you
way
think
into
you can
the
do
Crimson
that?
Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second in command.
Why do you
Lieutenant
care
Gillian
about
Todd, comes into
evidence
the picture.
gathering? They're
Explain
pirates.
everything you need to know.
Like,
Yeah.
even modern international waters, like maritime law, is like, you can just fucking kill pirates. You can execute pirates. Like, that's the degree to which
Hostilus
piracy
humanus
is taken
generis.
seriously.
Like, we have encountered a lot.
Oh, hey, why bother?
We have encountered a lot of pirates. A trial has not come into it at any stage of the process. None of them have made the assizes.
They'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow.
Why do you care about arresting these people? Like, unless we're talking about, like, not so much pirates as, like, mob bosses who also have a pirate fleet. In which case they're probably, like, well-placed into, like businessmen and potentially politicians, not fucking
the people bankrolling the pirates. Like, that would be interesting if there was, like, actual figureheads, right? Like, politicians, business owners, people that try to live a normal, wealthy life, but part of what they do is run a pirate fleet because they are basically space mafia. That would be interesting.
I'm assuming that's not what this is.
Take them down.
No, it's just pirate. It's just they're like raiders. It's just a generic group of monsters.
Because you're diving right into
I feel like the analogy here, even more than pirates, is to like the cowboys of Arizona, like in the late 19th century, where there was like a gang of ranchers and who just like also stole cattle and knew people who bought stolen cattle, and they were all in collusion with like the appointed sheriff of the county.
Before you begin,
in like Pima
I want to make
County.
something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDev,
Yeah, and like, you know, like Age of Sail pirates
conduct
were
and ethics.
in some ways tolerated because of the like mercantilist stance that most colonies at the time had, where it's like, you can trade with the mother country, but that's it. You can't trade with anyone else. So having pirates coming in and selling, you know, contraband they got from like Saint-Domingue or whatever, you know, like, yeah, sure, we'll buy that.
Like you have to think about it in the case sense of like, it's not a bunch of Peter Pan villains. It's a bunch of dudes who have a boat who like mug some other people in a boat, and you don't really care about those guys. And this shit's really cheap, and maybe you just don't need to worry where these guys got it from. Like, it's not even like, oh yeah, these guys are pirates and they're gonna sell you their shit. These guys showed up and they've got some furniture. You want this furniture?
Think you can handle that?
You would have to pay 10 times what they're asking for this furniture if you got it from, you know, the legal channels, so...
If you don't ask that guy's name, you will never know if he gets hanged for piracy, or if he was just like a down-on-his-luck furniture salesman.
Portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
What happens if I get arrested while I'm
For your own
undercover?
safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail...
So he says that, but I assume that if you're
the files.
doing the UC questline at the same time, it doesn't interfere.
That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments,
This is
head
like-
back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely
If someone wanted you to
on
go
your own.
after raiders in Fallout 4, and they wanted you to, like, get a bunch of evidence to prove that the raiders are doing raider stuff.
Well, but it's also
All we know is that she's been
frustratingly
why?
classic
We can
Bethesda.
just shoot them.
which means she's been
Yeah.
privy to some
Well, because
seriously
it's
shady
the idea is it's another one of the quest lists that give you something to do, but also does not commandeer you. You are not in the employ of this guy doing his mission, and this is now the game. This is another thing you have on your checklist of cool things to do while you're playing through this game, and like you can do it at your leisure whenever, while also playing the rest of the game's main quests. Because again, the main driving force of a Bethesda open world game is never tell the player no, never give them an obligation, simply offer them more opportunities, more options, more content. That's the point of this.
Why you're out there in the
It's also annoying because it's like, the fact that they're going to be arrested is like, okay, these pirates will surrender, just not to you.
do just fine.
Yeah.
I can see that you're struggling.
These are not fight to the death pirates. They are pirates that will get a lawyer if needed. They're just not going to get a lawyer for you. They will fight you to the death.
Killing innocent people.
In a way, it's kind of a burn on us, really, right? Like, if the cops show up, they're going to go willingly, but if we show up, they're going to fight to the death because they think they can take us.
You have your orders.
Now presiding, Judge Ripshank.
I will say, if there is a compliment to be given here, this is still a vastly better setup than what's his face, fucking like Brynolf for whatever the fuck his name was, just rolling up to you in Riften and going, "Hey, you're a thief, aren't you? You fucking steal shit. Haven't done an honest day's work in your life," and then just like recruiting you to the Thieves Guild regardless of what you say.
Especially since at that point you basically can't have made a living stealing because he's the guy who starts the quest that unlocks fences.
Also, there's like an interesting...
How do I...
I mean, I don't know if it's... the other one, Talking Port 3?
No, that Docking Port 1 is where the... Do we have to just go over here or something?
Maybe?
Docking Port 2... Docking Port's 1... Why isn't...
Is it a button on the door?
Level 2. Try not to touch anything until he actually clears you.
No.
This game is
you go
fucking
downstairs?
incredible.
Did I miss something?
Can you quick travel to your boat?
Speak to Lieutenant Toft.
Oh, we have to talk to somebody.
Oh.
The thing about this game is that it's not interesting enough to play mindfully.
So I was following the quest markers for a different quest that was like, go to your ship, you gotta leave. Well, we can't leave yet because this quest requires us to talk to this motherfucker over here.
Yes.
Well, then that's our fault. We should
don't
have
have a lot
been
of
just
time, so I
following
need
the
you to
quest
listen
arrows.
up. While you're working
But
on
the
undercover,
quest
it's
didn't
imperative
automatically
that you
switch to
gather
this,
as
so
much evidence as
I didn't
Oh.
know. Like,
Oh, well, then that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
You bring it to
Yeah.
me. Is that understood?
Jesus, every fucking thing.
Since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a case against our suspects.
they're pirates.
The more evidence we
You
acquire,
shoot
the
them.
stronger our
That's
case
how
becomes.
piracy
And the way
works.
Mr. Smith
Like,
lead, they'll leave plenty of evidence for you to find.
that's
Like-
always how it's worked.
It's like she's roasting the Crimson Fleet for being bad at concealing their illegal activities while they're shooting you to
Handwritten
death.
notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. You're damn right I'll do it.
You don't
Yeah,
throw them in the
minors, promise
brig
you have
unless they're like
identified
informants and you want to turn them so you get more
compared to
information
the
about like where the rest of the
destruction
fleet is or
of
whatever. That
Starfield.
makes sense, but like we're gonna like
what I've seen,
arrest all the
stay
pirates and
out of
put them on trial. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like, the idea that you need
That's all
evidence to convict all the guys sailing around
you
in
go.
their, like,
There's one more
stolen
thing.
ship full of, like,
Commander
flickering
Ikande
lights
has
when they're
authorized
all
a
wearing
court discussion.
spacesuits graffitied
Each
with,
piece of
like,
evidence
obscene
that you determine
threats.
as compensation for your efforts.
It's like the
Well,
judge advocate's
that's
just
it.
like, aha,
You're
we
not
have
in the military,
here
are
a
you?
written note saying that you
Speaking
intended to
frankly,
sell the goods,
we are
and then you were later caught with
fine.
stolen goods.
We'll be paying for
That
your
means that's
supplies
commission,
and
just
other
and it just
unexpected
pans
incidentals.
over to the pirate sitting in the
So, if
dock,
I were
who's
you,
just got
I'd stop
"fuck
asking
kill"
questions
written on his
and
helmet.
accept the compensation.
This is just a Borderlands psycho.
It's not generous, it's motivational.
He's like actively playing, like he's picking his nails with a ripshank covered in blood.
To your ship's cargo.
Oh my
We're also
god.
providing you with a sample you can use to tease
They,
the goods.
like obviously like the
You've cleared the
idea
ship for
is,
launch?
oh, you're working.
Proceed
This
to
is an.
Sidonia. Make contact with Sears
You're the
Shipboating.
undercover
And
cop
with any
going
luck,
and
she'll
infiltrating
point
the
you to Crimson
gang,
Fleet.
and
Let's do it.
there's gonna
You're
be
dismissed.
moral ambiguous decisions. You have to decide what the greater good or whatever is. Like I get that, but like the fact that these are fucking pirates that shoot everyone on sight, like no. It's not how this would work. It's not how the cops would do this. It's
Well,
certainly
again,
not how space like again
they're mixed
piracy like
They're mixing their
Go ahead.
metaphors, right? They want to do an undercover cop thing like the Departed,
Not really,
but
no.
like mafia crime is very different than piracy, because mafiosos generally don't just show up, shoot everybody, take all the loot, and then go somewhere else. That's not how mafias work.
It's like if the Doom Marine had to dress up as like an imp so he could bust a bunch of cyber demons.
Yes.
Really
Doom Marine had to have his badge so he could show it to them before shooting them.
Important things to be done.
Well, I mean, it does. I've been sort of dancing around saying this, but it does sort of belie sort of a neoliberal ideology about this, right? Where it's like, how do we deal with pirates? We put them in jail, right? And it very much is like what should Doom Guy do? Doom Guy should arrest all the imps and put them in jail for rehabilitation. And it's like, that's not how you deal with imps. It's not how you deal with piracy. Piracy is literally they go and kill people and to steal shit. That's what piracy is.
Well,
do neoliberals view prison as a thing that reforms criminals? I'm not totally sure they do at this point.
Well, but it's
it's not that it's about refining criminals. It's about being the appropriate bin.
Right.
Pirates go in that bin. There's no engaging with the realities of the situation. It's just like a question of... to be honest, actually, I'm not even gonna try to like label this approach to this quest. This just seems a bit out of place.
Oh my god, we're running. I forgot we could go that fast.
You sure you want to do this right now?